सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम बोलो स्वामी सद्गुरु शिवानंद महाराज की जय। ओम बोलो स्वामी विष्णुदेवानंद महाराज की जय। हरि ओम तत्सत। ओम नमः शिवाय। I offer my pranams to the lotus feet of masters. I pray Master give us all the perfect understanding. It's Swami who speaks. It's Swami who listens through all of us. Hari Om Tat Sat. Good. We are in chapter 5 today. We are getting into chapter 5. So the first chapter, Arjuna Vishada Yogam, Arjuna's grief. The second chapter, Sankhya Yogam, Yoga of Knowledge. Third chapter, in detail about Karma Yoga. Fourth chapter is Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogam, which is Yoga of renunciation of action in knowledge. The fifth chapter is True Renunciation. The first 4 chapter videos are available in our Shivananda India page and in Shivananda Center, Chennai Center page. So if you have any clarification that needs for any of the verses or any of the explanation, please write to us. We'll handle it on the next day. So with this background, we'll get into the chapter 5. It's a small chapter. This has got only 29 slokas. Compared to other chapters, it's small. So let's begin. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Panchamodhyayaha. Arjuna Uvacha. Sannyasam karmanam Krishna punaryogam cha samshasi yashreya etayor ekam tanme bruhi sunischitam. Arjuna Uvacha. Having heard all the explanations of Bhagavan Krishna, Arjuna is asking Krishna. Arjuna Uvacha means Arjuna is saying. The entire Bhagavad Gita is dialogue between Arjuna and Krishna. It's either Arjuna Uvacha or Krishna Uvacha. It's dialogues between Arjuna and Krishna. In the middle, Sanjay can say few verses because Sanjaya is the one who is explaining all these to Dhritarashtra, the born blind king who is sitting in their palace. Good. So, slokam number 1, Arjuna is now asking Krishna, "Oh Krishna, you praise both the path of renunciation of actions and the path of Karma Yoga. Both the path you are praising. Sannyasam karmanam Krishna, punaryogam cha samshasi." Sannyasam karmanam is karma sannyasa. Focusing on gaining knowledge, following the jnana margam, following the path of knowledge, and they don't have any household activities, so those activities are dropped. So they are following the jnana margam path, and you also guided karma yoga to do the actions with complete devotion to God. You are praising both karma yogam and karma sannyasam. Krishna, you are giving importance to both. You are saying both are, you are suggesting both the path. Yashreya etayorekam tanme bruhi sunischitam. Please tell me, Yashreya, in this, which one is Shreyas? Which one is beneficial to me? which one is better than, there must be one is better than the other. So you tell me, etayor ekam. Ekam means one. Out of these two, tell me one path that is more beneficial to me. These two are mutually, it looks contradictory. So Adi Shankara in his commentary says, he is using these words like, it is like you are resting, at the same time there is a movement. Is that possible? Either you can rest or there will be a movement on your body. Those both cannot be undertaken by the same person at the same time. So simultaneously these two are. So tell me, Krishna, which one is beneficial? In the 5th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna is explaining the path of Sannyasa Yogam, Karma Sannyasam and the Karma Yogam. And towards the end, Bhagavan will slowly direct us to the meditation path. Towards the end of the 5th chapter, in the last 3-4 verses, Bhagavan will direct us to the meditation path. So Arjuna is asking, Krishna, tell me which one is good, which one is beneficial, which one is superior, which one is beneficial to me. Slokam number 2. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Sannyasa Karma Yogascha Nishreyasa Karavubhau Tayostu Karma Sannyasat Karma Yogo Visishyate. Now Bhagavan is saying, hey Arjuna, Sannyasa Karma Yogascha Nishreyasa Karavubhau. Both of them, the sannyasa, this karma sannyasam, this karma yogam, both of them will lead you only to the same path. The truth is the ultimate. The both of them, sannyasa karma yogam and karma sannyasam, both of them, they take you to the same goal, same destination. They are not in two different paths. They are not in two different directions. They are in the same road. You follow the karma yoga, purify your mind, and then that leads you, that directs you to the path of sannyasa karma. So it appears like two different, but they are not two different directions, Arjuna. Both of them are on the same path. Tayostu karma sannyasat Karma Yogo Visishyate. Now you are asking, which one is beneficial to me? Of the two, Karma Sannyasat Karma Yoga. Karma Sannyasam Karma Yogam. Of the two, between these two, Visishyate. Which one is superior? Karma Yogam is superior than Karma Sannyasam. So there is no one sadhana, there is no one path for everybody, there is no one rule for everybody. It differs based on your nature, based on your gunam, based on, we know 3 gunas. If you are an active person, then karma yoga is the best for you. So based on your guna, based on your swadharma, based on your nature, respecting your nature, choose the path. If you ask me which one is good for me, I would suggest that karma yogam is beneficial to you. Why? That you belong to that personality, because still your mind is not pure. You have lot of sanchalam. Your mind is not yet reached. You are not yet fit for sannyasa karmam. You are into this kshatriya path. You are good at fighting. So get into this karma yogam path. That is beneficial to you. And while getting into the karma yoga path, you need to bear it in mind. Whatever that comes as the result, the world is completely of dualities. So whatever the result comes, take it as prasadam, take it as Ishvara prasadam, and accept that. The result, accept that and get into this karma yoga path. So Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, follow the path of karma yoga. It's good for you. Why? Because you have lot of disturbances. You are still identified yourself with the body, mind and intellect. Your mind is not yet prepared for renunciation. So follow the path of Karma Yoga. Slokam number 3. Nyeyasa nitya sannyasi yo na dveshti na kankshati nirdvantvo hi mahabhaho sukham bandhat pramuchyate. Karma Yogi is a nitya sannyasi. You don't have to, if there is a myth that if you want to become if you are a sannyasi, you have to wear that orange robe and you have to sit on an orange robe and you have to wear a japamala or you have to sit on top of something. No. That is just not sannyasam. That is one way of getting into it. But Karma Yogi is a nitya sannyasi. How can you become a nitya sannyasi? By following the Karma Yoga path. Yona dveshti, one who has become free from dveshti. Dveshti means hatred. You need to free yourself from that hatred. When you free yourself, when you become one who has become completely free from that dveshti, yona kankshati, one who is completely free from desires, craving, that I need this, I want this, that craving. One who is free from that craving. Nirdvantvo is free from the pair of opposite. The world is completely filled with opposite. So nirdvantva, dvantva means two, dualities. So free from dualities, free from the pair of opposite. Sukham bandhat pramuchyate. Then effortlessly you will be free from this bondage. Bandhat pramuchyate. You will be free from this bondage. So follow the path of Karma Yoga, which will in turn lead you to the knowledge path, Jnana Yoga, and from there you can get into the final destination, that is the state of realization. So very many Mahanubhavas, Nirdvantvo hi Mahabaho Sukham Bandhat Pramuchyate. Mahabaho, very many Mahabahus, Mahatmas have followed the path of Karma Yoga and they have freed themselves from these negatives and free from the hatred and free from dvesha, and they have then freed themselves from these dualities and they have gone into the path of Jnana Margam. So follow the path of Karma Yoga, automatically your mind will become pure from all these negatives. How do you do the Karma Yoga? When you are working for God, all your personal likes and dislikes get completely negated. When you do something for God, the personal dislikes and dislikes get negated. That is the beauty, that is the charm of this Karma Yoga. It helps you become free from dvesha, hatred, become free from craving, dveshti, and dvantvo, become free from this dualities. The entire world is combination of dualities. Success, failure, good, bad, joy, sorrow, all pairs. And once you get into this Karma Yoga and do every action as a worship to God, as though you are working for God. God is your only boss. When you work like that, then this opposites, this positive and negative, they get negated, and the seeker, that seeker needs to accept whatever that comes as a result without any attachment to the result. Take that as the Ishvara Prasad, Bhagwan's Prasad. Lord Krishna says, he is a true sannyasi, nitya sannyasi, one who has gone beyond all this perception of contrast. Nitya sannyasi. Arjuna, don't bother about this sannyasi. Be a true karma yogi. Follow it sincerely. Follow the path of Karma Yoga, which has been explained. All the techniques to get into Karma Yoga, everything is explained in the past. Follow the path of Karma Yoga. That will take you to the knowledge path and in turn to the realization. When you get into that path, Sukham Bandhat Pramuchyate. You will be completely free from this bandham, from this bondage easily. Slokam number 4. Sankhya-yogau pritag-balaha pravadanti na panditaha ekamabhyastita samyak Ubhayorvindate phalam. Sankhya Yogo. Sankhya Yoga means knowledge. Knowledge path. Knowledge, yoga of knowledge. In Karma Yoga, the focus is on action and performance. In Karma Sannyasa, the focus is on gaining knowledge. Pratak balaha pravadantina panditaha. If anybody who says these two are different and they take you in two different paths, they are pratak balaha. Balaha means here ignorant. If somebody says these two are two different paths and they take you to two different directions, they are all ignorant people. They are not panditaha. If it is a panditaha, if he is a wise man, he will know that both of them are here. He will guide you, that it will take you, both of them will take you to the final destination. The destination is the same for both the path. Some ignorant people will say, childish behavior, they will say that no, you need to follow only the knowledge path. This karma yoga and all will not take you to the final truth. It will not help you. See, they will also give you examples. See, Swami Vivekananda, Gautama Buddha, they all sat under the tree and they went on. The Vivekananda became a sannyasi. Knowledge path only gains. No. Both. If somebody tells only that path will take you to the final realization, then it is childish guidance. Don't believe in that. Both the margam, sannyasa margam and karma yogam, both of them will lead you to the self-realization. Bhagavan says there are different stages. That's all. But both the stages are in the same path. Wise people, they don't call it panditaha, they don't call it in a different path. If you establish in one path, that if you establish yourself in karma yoga, that will lead you to this knowledge path and in turn to the renunciation. Ekam apyastita samyak upayor vindate palam. If you are fit for sannyasa, then get established yourself in sannyasa margam. If you are not fit in sannyasa margam, get into karma yoga margam. Do your duty as though you are doing completely for God. Do not work for the results. Don't have attachment towards the result. Keep doing the work. That will take you to this purification of mind. Purification of mind will in turn lead you to the jnana margam. And finally to the meditation and realization. Those who look at these two, karma yoga and sannyasa yoga, as two different paths, they are ignorant people. Both of them, they will lead it to final truth. Slokam number 5. Yatsankhyaih prapyate sthanam tadyogairapi gamyate ekam sankyam cha yogam cha yaf pashyati na pashyati yaf pashyati sa pashyati. Yatsankhyaih prapyate sthanam. Sthanam means ultimate destination, the final goal. Tadyogairapi gamyate. In the final goal you can achieve by sannyasa margam and by karma yogam. By working in devotion, tadyogairapi gamyate, by working in devotion by karma yogam also, that also will lead us to the same knowledge. Lord Krishna says categorically, please be clear, both margam, sankhya method or karma yoga method, both these techniques will help you to reach the ultimate goal. Ekam sankyam cha yogam cha yaf pashyati na yaf pashyati sa pashyati. A person, the one who consider both of them as one, then he looks at them as that person alone sees it properly. Yaf pashyati sa pashyati. Pashyati means one who looks. A person who looks, both of them take us to the same destination. He is the one who is looking properly, who is looking correctly. So Bhagavan says these two margam, Swami Shivananda says, these two cannot happen simultaneously. Karma Yogam, Sannyasa Yogam. Both of them cannot happen simultaneously. Though both of them will lead you to the final destination, please be clear, both of them, they do not happen simultaneously. They happen serially, one after the other. So Master says the seekers must carefully note this point and choose. If you are an active person, if you are a rajasic person, if you have lot of energy, if you have lot of desires, if you still have desires and you don't have the control over your senses, the best path is Karma Yoga path. Take the Karma Yoga path, it comes natural to you, follow the path and consciously do the work as though you are performing the action to the God. Renounce the result. Do not have any attachment to the result. When we have more Rajasagunam in us, it is better to indulge ourselves in the Karma Yoga path. That is why Lord Krishna is advising Arjuna to take Karma Yoga path. In sloka number 2 itself he says, Arjuna, Karma Yoga path is the best for you. You are not yet ready for Jnana Margam. You are not yet ready for the Sannyasa Margam. So follow this Karma Yoga path and that will also lead you to the same goal. Slokam number 6. Sannyasastu mahabhaho dukkhamaptuma yogataha yoga yukto munir brahma nachirena gacchati. Perfect renunciation is difficult. It's not that easy. It is not impossible. It's not that easy. It is difficult. Without sadhana, it is just not that easy. So directly taking karma sannyas, it's not an easy task. It is difficult. Sannyasastu mahabaho. Not possible for many. Very few mahabahus have chosen that path, straight away taking into the sannyasa margam. Dukkam aptum ayogataha. It is just distress. It is not that easy. Just like that it doesn't come. You need to have more sadhana. So any individual who is having lot of desires, lot of rajasagunam, they cannot sit and focus and get into attention. You can easily think, oh, sannyasa margam, it is just to sit and listen, and so I will use that path and I will renounce everything, all renounce activities. You go and sit, but your mind will be wandering. So it is just not that easy. So if you analyze, meaning think, ask yourself, what is your nature? What is your swabhavam? Do you still have the desire? Do you still have Rajogunam in it? Then choose the Karma Yoga path, which means you are not yet ready. You need to purify your mind. Viveka and Vairagya have to become little more stronger. Sadhana Chatushtaya have to be adapted. After purifying your mind, that will not automatically, serially, one after the other. After this Karma Yoga, you will get into this Sannyasa Margam. Sannyasa Margam, as we saw in the earlier sloka, it is just not to wear the cloth and go and sit. No, it is not like that. You need to renounce the ahankar. For that, Karma Yogam is the best. That lessons, make your mamatvam, the possessiveness of this mamatvam will get lessened, and that helps you to purify your mind, and that is helpful to get into this sannyasa karma yoga. Sannyasa karma, it is just not sitting. It is a jnana lakshanam. Very few will get that jnana lakshanam and they get into that margam. It is not both of them will help you to get to the final highest destination. So karma yoga is performing all our actions dedicating to the highest, and from that purify the mind. When the mind is purified, the mamatvam is getting less and less in your, and then ahankar keeps dropping, and we get into this satsang, we get into the pravachans, we get into the discourses, study of scriptures, listening to the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Itikasams and Puranams, we acquire that knowledge. When you acquire that knowledge, then we, what is that? Shravanam. You hear. There is a difference between hearing and listening. We have seen in the previous sloka. So listen to all of them and then get into mananam. Then contemplate on it, and that will get into nididhyasanam, and step by step you get into this jnana margam. So we need to purify our mind. Otherwise, what will happen? You can go and sit for meditation. What will happen? There will only be inactiveness in you. You will not be active, but your mind will be all the time restless. And you will only be physically inactive. Your mind will be all the time restless. And there will always be inner conflict. So step by step, purify yourself and get into that margam. When you purify your mind and follow this path, then nachirenadi gacchati. It just quickly happens to you. Otherwise, you will only be fighting with yourself. So when you follow this path, when you go do this karma yoga and get into all this step-by-step procedure, then nachirenadi gacchati, quickly, effortlessly, it happens to the jnana margam and your meditation. It is like the fruit in the tree. When it ripes, it just automatically, when you go, it falls. And when it falls, you take that fruit and you eat it. That is sweet, and that is fulfilling your desire. The fruit is tasty and sweet. And if it is not ripe, you go and pluck it. It is not fulfilling its beauty of the fruit. Right? The same way, nachirenadi gacchati. When you follow these paths step by step and get into that, then automatically, without effort, this meditation comes and the renunciation comes to you. Yoga yuktaha, one who is established in that karma yoga spirit, selfless, unattached to the activities. Whatever the performance that he does, he is not attached to the result. Yoga yuktaha, that person, nachirena, quickly sets into that single pointedness. Otherwise, he will only go and sit in the meditation. He will physically be inactive. All the time his mind will be active. And that is not helping for the final realization of the truth. So, Krishna says, perform the action. Karma yoga is superior to the renunciation of action because you are not yet ready, Arjuna. With this sloka, we'll come to the end of today's session. From slokam number 7, we'll see tomorrow. If anybody needs any clarification, please leave a message. We'll attend to that the following day. Keeping your back straight, we'll chant Om 3 times together and close with the final prayer. Om. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Salutations to our masters. Om Bolo Swami Sadguru Shivananda Maharaj ki Jai. Om Bolo Swami Vishnu Devananda Maharaj ki Jai. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thanks for joining. Have a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow. Same time, 4 o'clock.